Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a combined cash stuffing for all of the month of January. I am so far behind because I was already behind in December due to a lot of personal circumstances, and then I went on my trip with my husband for our 15th anniversary in January for 16 days, and so I am back. I am sort of organized, and I decided to do this combined stuffing, and then hopefully in February we'll be back to our weekly stuffing. So thank you for stopping by, and let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to be stuffing a lot. It's going to be $5,077 cash, and a total with my placeholders, $7,827. So let's make some space. So I'm going to move these binders up here. I'm also going to be doing my cash stuffing right now, and then I will also be doing towards the end of the video a little bit of a recap of my trip, as well as some of the goodies that I brought home. So I'm kind of calling this video the excessive video because it's such a huge cash stuffing and because I did buy some Louis Vuitton items while I was in Paris. And so for people who follow my channel, because they also love Louis Vuitton, despite having to budget for it, maybe that is something you'll be interested towards the end. So let's get it started. So I'm using my Kirigami. This is the large size Kirigami. It does come in a set of 3, and I've had this for a little while, but I always find kind of the large one is an awkward size. I know some people get little kits and they convert it into a shoulder bag, but I really like the envelope. I think it's really neat. Okay, so here we go. Whoops, let me move these binders out of the screen right now. And so we have some placeholders right here, which would be 2,750. So 1, 2,000, 2,300, 2,600, 2,750. And that is for my automatic withdrawals from my paycheck for different retirement funds. And then this is such a large stash. To be honest, guys, I've already filmed this once, and my video cut out halfway through for some reason. And it was also a struggle counting this. So I'm just going to count the individual bills, the denominations, and then we'll add it up from there. So, all right, it's gonna be a little bit different than normal. So, okay. So for 100s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and $2,200 in 100s. And look at these old school 100s. Oh my gosh. You guys see them? This one's really old school. I didn't even know these were still in circulation. Okay, so 2,200 in 100s. 50s is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that'll be 2,050s, and I did write this down off screen. So that is now 4,200. I'm sorry, 1,050s. 2050s is 1,000, so it's 3,200. Even writing it down, I'm still screwing it up, so sorry about that. So 3,200. Then in 20s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So 50 and 20s is another 1,000. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60. So $1,260. So as of right now, we have $4,460. So then for our 10s, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So 380 in 10s. And let me just get my calculator. So I really love this calculator, but the numbers all wore off, so it's terrible looking now. But 2,200 in 100s plus 1,000 in 50s plus 12, 60 in 20s plus 380 in 10s equals 4840. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. So flat 200. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. These are sticky. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, which gives us a total of $5,077. Okay, so let's get this into the cash tray. And I know the way I counted some of those big bills was different than I normally do, and I promise when I go back to my weeklies and don't have so many bills to deal with, I will count it the regular way. Okay. So I am filming on the last day of January. By the time you see this, it will probably be February already, but that is okay. I will also do a January wrap up. I skipped December just because things were crazy, and then February weekly stuffings will commence. Okay, so first off, we're gonna do a little bit of a reverse order. I usually stuff challenges on the third week, but we're gonna start with those first because they have specific denominations. So first off, $1 challenge is gonna get $4. And that is because when I swept my envelopes, when I was doing the unstuffing for December, I had 4 ones in what I was sweeping. So that's gonna go into the $1 challenge right away. Then, let's see, I have a couple of boxes. So the first box is this 52-week challenge. If you've been around for a little while, I've had the back to school challenge and I'm adding this 52-week challenge now. So basically there's a couple options that I have that you can do these. You can either set an amount specific like $25 each week and stuff it with that, or you can just set whatever you have for that week, whether it's $20, whether it's $7, and you just stuff whatever it is that you're able to for that week. So I'm gonna be stuffing 4 of these. And I do have $100 to stuff, so I'm just gonna do an even 25 each because I have a lot of 5s. So we'll do that really quickly. And I will put the link for my boxes in my description. One of the things on my channel I hope people do kind of have as a takeaway is that I do sell some of the things that I have in my videos, but my whole goal of this is not to sell products. So I know some influencers really try to push their products, and that is not the goal of my channel. My channel is I want to hold myself accountable to a budget. I want to share any kind of information that I have about budgeting with other people, and I want to like connect with other people that are on this financial journey as well. I just think it's a great community, and I love learning about it, and I love celebrating everybody's successes. So if you have any recent financial successes, whether you saved for a goal or you were able to pay for something in cash and didn't have to dip into an emergency fund, let me know about it in the comments because I love celebrating and I want to celebrate with you. Okay, so that is 25 each for this month, but I think I am going to, in future months, just do whatever I can, and it's not gonna necessarily be the same $25 per week. That's what I did last year. Okay, so here we go for the challenge box. So I'll put that to the side. My next one is the back to school. And this one is, I'm going to be sending saving $105. And so my back to school challenge, this one is, they are preset amounts and it totals $825 by the time you should be preparing to go back to school. So I do this every week. And then by the 30th week of, which is the end of July, I'll have my amount. Or same thing. Sometimes if you want to do, I have $200 this week to stuff, then you can just, stuff it with whatever envelopes that will fit that 200, and you don't have to stick to a week by week thing. Okay, so first 5, 40, 45, and 15. So let's get those going. So $5 for this. And I found last year for 2 kids that went back to school, it was the perfect amount. I had a little bit left over. I was thinking I might save a little bit extra, so I'm still going to do my envelopes and get the 830, but I might do a little bit extra just because, I don't know, sometimes I like to do like a special breakfast for the first day of school or things like that, and I think, I don't know, like if I need to do new backpacks or something like that, it might just be a little bit more. So I did do new outfits. I did 1 new backpack because my second son already had his. And what else? I did the school supplies. I bought a couple extra supplies to donate for the classroom. We did, I think I said first day of school outfits, and I did pictures, which pictures for my one son in preschool were very expensive. So just trying to think of, oh, and school fees I think I did. I think I also did like, you know, PTA membership. So anything that kind of correlates to going back to school. All right, so back to school box is done. Then the next one I'm going to do is a kid's birthday. So this is my savings binder, and I've set it up a little bit differently this time from what I was doing last year. So my kid's birthday is still the same kind of savings challenge that I've laminated, which means that I had all of these colored in last year, and then you can just take some acetone, which is like the really strong nail polish remover, and you can erase all of it. It's just really nice to be able to reuse. So for this, I'm gonna do $50. So I'll do a 20, 20, and a 10. And so $50 is really doesn't quite translate perfectly here, but I will do, let's see, I'll do one of these big boxes. And this is what I'm saying, where you can adapt your challenges however you need to. If it doesn't work out perfectly, it doesn't work out, it's fine. So I'm gonna do one of these heads, which is $15, which means I have another $5 I'm saving. So how I'm gonna do that is I am just going to, instead of coloring in another head, I'm just gonna write a 5 right here. So I know next time, if I do, say, 25, right, I'll already have 5 in there. Okay. And then the last challenge I'm doing, and you can see that I kind of erased this because like I said, I videoed this already and then had to go back and redo it, but is my January. So I'm doing 12 months envelopes, and instead of putting this in boxes, I decided to do it in envelopes. And normally if I'm doing it week by week, I would just save 30 the first week, 50, etc. But I'm gonna do all of them right now. So let's see. Because it's 245, I don't think this time I'm going to do the individual denominations. I'm just going to do the flat. So let's see. Let's do some 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's my 200. I'm going to do a couple of 10s. So 230. And I'm going to do 3 5s because I know I have a lot of 5s. So here should be the 245. So let me just count this again. 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I'm going to put that in this envelope, and then that means my January is done. Oops. So I do have this on my website as well. I have 12 months high. So as you can see, the 12 months high is going to be in your 200s range, different amounts. And then I do have a 12 months low, which is, I think, nothing. You will never have a week that's over $50, I want to say. And it's significantly lower, like maybe $90 for the month. So either of those is great. I don't have a set goal of what I want to save this for. Last year, I saved it for my trip and for buying some Louis Vuitton. This I might do for a trip as well. We'll just see. But there's never a reason that, you know, there's never an excuse not to save. Like, I like having the money saved, and then the fun part is deciding what you're going to put it towards, whether it's a bill that you totally knock out or something fun. Okay, so let's get back to our regular stuffing. So I'm going to come up to our sinking funds binder, and we are going to get started. So again, this is a combined month. We are going to have some larger amounts, and you know what? I'm going to put these placeholders in the back for right now, just so it's a little easier to grab. Okay, so gas is going to get $450. So I'm going to do $200 in 100s. I'm going to do $250, so 300. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 400. And then 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 440, 445, and some ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm doing this because when I go to unstuff, I know I'm going to need some change. And I don't have a lot of change on hand when I go to unstuff this. So I'm just going to build the change into these envelopes. Another nice thing is my husband had hit a deer around Thanksgiving, and we finally bought a new car, which was a hybrid Sonata. He loves it. It's just a commuter car for, you know, driving all the time, but we're hoping to see some significant savings in gas. So I'm very excited for that. Groceries is going to be $400. So I'm going to do 250, 70, 90, 310, 330, 350. And then let's see. We'll do 360, 70, 80, 90, 5, and 5 ones. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so 100, 250, 70, 90, 310, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 6, 7, 8, 9, 400. Milk delivery is going to get 120. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, and 20. There we go. Eating out is going to get $300. So 100, 200, and 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Household is going to get $100. So let's just do 250s. So 100, 20, 40, 60, 1, 2, and 3. 163 for household. I think we had a couple of things come up in December, so that's why that one got depleted a little bit. Vehicle insurance is going to get a full 245. So 100, 245. We'll see if that goes up because we put in a claim. Car maintenance is going to get 150. So let's see, we'll do 150. Nice thing about this, I guess, silver lining, is that I was really saving up for a bunch of tires for my husband's car, and now since he bought a new one, he won't need those. But I guess we'll just roll it over to new tires for my car that we'll need probably in the next year or so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 657, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1, 2, and 3. So $893. It will also cover, we have a $500 deductible. So hopefully if we do ever need to get some work done, we also have that in there. Subscriptions is going to get $60. So I'm just going to do 320s. So 60, 80, 90, 95, 6, and 7. Gifts is going to get $200. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's do 250s, and I'll do 100. So 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 332. I still have to buy my dad a gift from early January when we were gone, so I'm a little bit behind on that. Holidays is going to get $100. So we'll just put in a flat 100. Valentine's is coming up, so I like to do a special little meal for that, and we do Valentine's for the classes Usually just paper now. They've requested no food items and no toy items, just paper Valentines, which is kind of nice as a parent to not have that pressure. And then my husband and I don't exchange Valentines. We just, we might go out to dinner later in the month, but we don't go out for Valentine's Day specifically. Timeshare is going to get $100. So we have a placeholder 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400. So $1,400, and I did have to pay that in the beginning of January, so that will be coming out. Travel is going to get $500. So we're really beefing up travel because we had such a great time. And I realized that we just need to budget more ahead of time for travel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Health is going to get $400. And this one, I also made a big payment. 1, 2, 3, 4. For my son's speech therapy in January, so that will also be taking quite a bit out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, 800, 20, 30, 35, 36. So $1,836. And why I have so much in there is that I am on a HSA plan, which means it's a high deductible healthcare plan, but it allows us to save pre-tax dollars in an investment account that can be used tax-free for any health-related expenses and a few other specific expenses that might not necessarily be related to health directly. But I'm trying not to touch that investment so that when my husband and I retire, we can use that for all of our medical expenses tax-free. Before I go to the next binder, I'm just going to check really quickly to make sure that the video is still going, and it is. Okay. Next binder is going to be our investment binder. So 401k is going to get $2,000. So I did up a percentage point at the beginning of January. So it bumps, I think last year was just slightly under $1,000 and now it's just slightly above $1,000. So I decided just to keep the same $1,000 placeholder, and then I always kind of recalculate it based on what the value is at the end of the month. 529s are going to get $150. So this one I am also considering that I really want to increase what I'm setting aside for the kids. This is the college fund. Again, it's tax-free depending on the state that you're in and what 529 plan you're using. You might be able to deduct your contributions from your state tax as well. HSA is going to get $600. So the HSA amounts were federally raised again, just by a little bit. I want to say maybe 500 or 600, and so a little bit more is getting contributed, but again, not enough to change the $300 placeholder. And then I do count and reset those at the end of the month. Kids is going to get $300. So let's do one of these hundreds. 200, and let's do 60, 70, 80, 90, 90, 100. So double count: 1, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. Allowance is going to get $28 for the whole month. So I'm going to do 4 5s because he has 4 envelopes that it'll get split into. And then I'm going to do 8 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with our buffer, I always leave a buffer of $7 just because sometimes it's the middle of the week, or not the middle of the week, but like I don't necessarily have a cash stuffing because I only do 4 cash stuffings a month instead of, you know, the magic week sometimes. So it just depends on when we're stuffing his envelopes. Sometimes I need that buffer. Academics is going to get $100. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we've got 102, 350, 70, 90, 4, 10, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Athletics is going to get 100 as well. So let's see, 60. And I'm just going to do all 10. So 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so 500 placeholder, 50, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 800, 10, 20, 30, 1, 2. Enrichment is going to get $40, and I'm just going to do the 10s. Let's do 3 10s and 2 5s. Okay, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. So 150 for enrichment. Okay. We already did my challenge, so now we're gonna go to my husband's binder. So this is the first item we bought in Paris, which is the Damier Graphite. My husband's very excited to get a black binder. And so I just transferred everything over, but I did keep the little zipper insert from his other binder just because I like having this for spare change and receipts. And right now he's not using it. He's a little bit afraid that he might forget it somewhere. So I'm still using it to just track his expenses and then remove things, but I'm ultimately hoping that he will start carrying it with him and using it. Okay, so personal, he is going to get $100. So we'll do a 50, 70, 80, 90, 100. So he has a total of 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 210, 15, 20. This is a lot for him. Usually his is pretty depleted, so I think it's because we were on vacation. Grooming is going to get $25, so I'll do 2 10s and a 5. So he's got 50, 70, 80, 95, 96. Sartorial is going to also get 25. 20, 40, 50, 60, 75. I think he just dropped off some dry cleaning, so that's what that will probably go towards. Business 1 is going to get $100, so let's do 50, 70, and 80, 90, 100. So, okay. So 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 6. Business 2 is going to get $50. So let's see, do 20 and 2 5s. So 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66. And business 3 is going to get $100 as well. So let's see, do 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see. 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 100. So 100, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 108 for business number 3. And that is it for his binder. Okay, now my binder. So mine is going to get $100, and let's see, I want to do 20, guess I'll do 50, 70, 80, 90, and 100. You know what? I'll do some 5s because it looks like we have a bunch of 5s left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. And I am going to take out some for my kindness and gratitude. So let's see, 10 and 1. So let's see, we'll take out 2 20s, 50, 100, 10, 20, 30, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, what else? Hair is not going to get anything. Fashion is not going to get anything. Beauty will get $50. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. And that will not work, so we'll just do a 50. So 50, 70, 85. Professional dues is going to get $100. So I will put the 100 in here. We got 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 657, 750, 70, 80, 90, 95, 800, 5, 10, 11, 12. So $812. And those also are due in January, so those will get unstuffed. And then finally, laser is going to get $230. So 100, 200, 20, 25, 30. Let me see. 150, 200, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. I was like pretty sure I had this correctly counted. So $230 for laser, and exciting news, this is the last month for laser. So I'm super excited that this will no longer be an envelope that I need to stuff. All right, so that is it for my binder. Let me just fill up these 220s in my wallet. Okay, so I do have these 2 envelopes I like to stuff from my personal money that I budget, and I call them kindness and gratitude. And basically, it's exactly what they state. If I'm extra thankful for a really good service, I will use this as extra money to tip. Or, you know, maybe somebody's doing something nice and they're not in a service role, but it's just really nice. I'll just give them some cash or kindness. A lot of times, one of my favorite things is to buy extra coffee because I am a huge coffee person. Or a lot of times like kids fundraisers, I'll do something like that. So that's what I like to put my kindness and gratitude money towards. All right, so I believe that ends the cash stuffing part. Again, that was a total of $7,827 for the entire month of January. We will be doing a January roundup end of month. And then we'll be doing the February stuffing probably all within the next week. So I know there's a lot of videos coming out. I'm trying to get to all the comments. Thank you so much for commenting. If you are only here for the cash stuffing, go ahead and feel free to drop, like, and subscribe if you do like the content of these videos. And now I'm just going to do a really quick summary of my trip. So moving forward, okay, we went to Morocco for 11 days, and then we went to Paris for another 5 days. It was amazing. Morocco was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I just had no idea what the landscape of Morocco was going to be. We went to the desert. We hiked in the mountains. We went to basically a Medina marketplace that was pretty much preserved from the 9th century. It was crazy. Everything was handmade. We saw people hammering copper kettles. We saw people, in the tannery, dyeing leather, cleaning leather. We saw the weavers, we saw the dyers that were dyeing the different wool and things like that. I mean, it was just an incredible experience. And then we had food tasting on all the stalls. It was just an amazing experience. If anybody has any thought of going and visiting Morocco, the people were some of the most generous, kind people I've ever met in my life. It was an amazing experience. All of that aside, we did buy quite a few souvenirs. I really wanted to buy handcrafted souvenirs from locals. So we bought a tagine, which is kind of like one of their national dishes. It's the ceramic, I'll insert a picture, but it's the ceramic kind of triangle where you pull the lid off and there's meat that's inside with vegetables or couscous. We bought other ceramics from a co-op. We bought scarves that were, from one of the local vendors. We bought a handcrafted chessboard because my oldest son is playing chess now, and the pieces were just beautiful. What else? We bought some argan oil from one of the cooperatives there as well, and that's really great for skin. We bought some camel milk chocolate, which I have not tried yet, but I thought that would be fun for my kids to try. And leather. We did buy a couple leather belts for my father and my father-in-law. My father and my husband, and then my father-in-law had one of the wooden boxes. It was like those puzzle boxes. So he's into wood crafting, and he also loves puzzles, so we thought that would be perfect for him. In Paris, we stopped I had an appointment at the Louis Vuitton store on Champs-Élysées, which was amazing. I've walked by it before and have always wanted to stop in, but at the time, I had my parents and my kids with me, so it just wasn't a good time for me to go shopping on my own. But my husband and I went, and I knew that I wanted to get this agenda. I also wanted to get some luggage. And so the sales associate texted me after I set up the appointment, said, "What are you looking for? What are you coming for?" And so I kind of told him it was our anniversary trip. I was looking for these specific pieces. And so I ended up buying a duffel bag and a matching rolling suitcase. And the reason why I bought it in France is that the Champs-Élysées store is one of the cheapest places you can buy Louis Vuitton products because you're not paying for them to ship it to another country. It's just one of the least expensive places to buy. So essentially, with the prices that they had, even with euro conversion, you get a certain percentage back, with which they call a tax refund, the VAT. And then even, with going through customs and, paying the little bit of tax, that was above a certain amount that you can bring back into the US, basically the duffel bag was practically free. So if you're going to buy Louis Vuitton and you're going to France, you should save up and make that a special trip. It was amazing. Like I said, I'll insert a picture. I loved our Essie, who was really funny. He said he's French and he doesn't really like wine. And all of his colleagues around him started laughing because I would think all French people probably grew up somewhat liking wine, but clearly not everybody does. And then kind of stereotypically, he's like, "I should have been American. I love burgers and beer and fries." And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's what the American stereotype is. But it was really funny. He was great. And then we also stopped at another Louis Vuitton. So there's 15 locations in Paris of Louis Vuitton, either retail stores, offices, they have museums, and they also had this little pop-up cafe. So we made reservations to eat at the lunch there. I will also insert some screenshots because it was so good. The raviolis that I had were amazing, and they had the little Louis Vuitton flowers printed on there. So for example, they had the flowers were kind of stamped into the ravioli, pressed in. My husband's sandwich also had the pattern pressed into his piece of bread. My coffee had Vivienne, which is kind of their little cartoon mascot. She was in the foam, and the little potato chips that came with my husband's meal also had they were cut out like the little flower. I mean, it was just, if you like Louis Vuitton at all and you're going to be in Paris and you want to have a really nice meal that was pricey, but not, when you think of Louis Vuitton and if you know what the prices are, it's nowhere near that level of pricey. It's just it's not even as expensive as going to a steakhouse in Chicago, to be perfectly honest. But the service was impeccable. The food was really good. And just from an experience standpoint, it was a lot of fun. They also have a connected chocolate shop. And so we ended up buying this. You guys probably saw this in the screenshot, but this is a chocolate hazelnut. It's similar to Nutella, but to me, it tastes much more chocolatey than Nutella, which was great. They let me try a little bit. Because I'm not a huge hazelnut fan, but this was delicious. So I cannot wait. I almost don't want to open it, but I cannot wait to just, have this with a dessert or coffee. And then I will obviously keep the jar, maybe put coins in it or something, but we'll definitely keep this jar. I did buy a couple other chocolates there that are in the shape. I bought a little pack as a gift for a cousin. And then the other thing that we did is that we did buy some perfumes at the airport in the duty-free shop. So I did find my Baccarat Rouge 540 in this gigantic size. It cost less than what I would buy the smaller size here in the US. So that was I thought that was a good deal. It was something that I knew I was going to use. because up until now I only had the little travel sizes and I was running out of those, and I want to kind of keep those for travel purposes. And then my husband likes this Terre d'Hermès Eau Intense vetiver, specifically the vetiver. So you can find the regular Terre d'Hermès everywhere, but the vetiver usually is, I can find it online or just at the Hermès store. So I bought this one at the Hermès store for him for his birthday last year, but we also found it at the duty free. And again, it was like maybe 60% of what I would pay here. So we were really happy to find those items. And all that being said, I will put it up on the screen, but basically we budgeted around $15,000 for this trip overall for 16 days. And that includes the airfare, which was 4 different flights, included lodging for all 16 days, included activities, which we really splurged on doing a spa experience for both of us. Morocco is known for the hammam, which was amazing, but also, oh my gosh, it's like exfoliating, and I felt like my skin was gonna be rubbed off, but then I had the smoothest skin after. We did food and drink, we did transportation, souvenirs, and a buffer. And so we budgeted $15,000, just over $15,000, and we spent, we had just over 4,000 left over. So we spent about 11,000 of that, and then I did add some of that money into some of the Louis Vuitton purchases. So we did not go into debt on this, which I was really excited about. We did bring some money home, and I will again put that exact breakdown in the description as well as on the screen here in the text. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for letting me share about my trip and my excitement on some of the Louis Vuitton items, because again, if you've been here for a while, you know that I love Louis Vuitton, but you also know that I have to budget for it. I do not want to go into debt anymore for buying things like Louis Vuitton, which is not a necessity. It is a want by all means, but I definitely want to budget for things that I want in life, as well as making sure I'm covering all my bills. So thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.